Hello, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the start of the week. This is your boy James, and you're watching my channel, Watch On Mouth Reviews, where I'm here to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. Not gonna happen in this video, but that's all right. We'll live to fight another day. Joining me as always is my special guest, Mrs. Beth. I'll say what's up to her.
Hello, hello, hello. I hope everybody can hear me. I am at work, so apologies for the background.
No worries. We appreciate your dedication. Coming on live while you're on the job. We appreciate you. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my girl, Mrs. Best. Her information is in my description box as well as in the comments. So make sure you subscribe. She has lots of recaps going on. Queens Court. We have Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when that comes back. Real Housewives of Miami when that comes back. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Basketball Wives if that decides to come back. So lots of things going on her channel. But for today on
Too
my
much.
channel, what did you say?
I said too much.
But right now on my channel, we're doing Real Housewives of Potomac, y'all. This episode was highly interesting. I must say that. Very interesting. These girls is coming in interesting. Like, I don't know if I like it or if I love it or if I don't like it, but we'll see. But the episode opens up where we leave off, where Jazzy, Mia, and Stacy show up to Giselle and Ashley's GNA event. And they show up late. It is Ashley said they showed up at 8:04, which they told her will show up at 8 o'clock. So 4 little minutes they were tripping off, or at least Giselle was tripping, because what ended up happening is Giselle was escorting them out. She called Henry. She said, Henry, they got to go. They got to go. They got to get up out of here. And so Stacey was like, wait a minute, hold up. Ashley, I need you to pipe in, because didn't we say we would get here at 8 o'clock the time you told us? And Ashley's like, yeah, but Stacey, it's 8:04. And Stacey rolled her eyes and was like, oh my God, 4 little minutes. Really? So Giselle said, Henry, get them out of here, or William, whatever that guy's name was. Get them up out of here, please. This is not the event. And Stacy is mad. Stacy's like, I am so offended. I have never been thrown out of anything in my life. I cannot believe it. Mia walking downstairs. This is tacky, just like her house. I don't really care. I didn't want to come here, no way. And Stacy would take. Stacy took this way too personal. I mean, I guess it is on national TV, so a part of me understands her, but the other part was like, "Oh, come on, Stacy! Like, this ain't nothing to get mad about. Trust me, stay here long enough. This ain't nothing to get mad about." So Giselle feels vindicated by throwing them out. She goes, they show up late. Like, no, they can go. I don't want them here. And Ashley was like, oh, but the QR code, we do need them to donate. So Ashley runs with some little messy ass little person that was with, hi, Zeta. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe you are here. I'm so happy that you commented. I have not seen you. We love you. Thank you for being here, love. We appreciate you.
I know. Stranger, hello. We miss you.
Hello. So Ashley goes to Jazzy's printer, and this is Jazzy's actual sprinter. Like, they actually interviewed. This is her actual shit. This is not the stuff that the production gave them. So Ashley is trespassing and said, ladies, before you leave, make sure you donate. And Jazzy said, get off my sprinter. Get up out of here. Ain't nobody gonna do that. Nobody's gonna do that. And so Jazzy closes the door. And Ashley goes, oh my God, that's harassment. Just really just going above and beyond the white woman approach of life, exaggerating over nothing. So Ashley throws the QR code in the van and then walks off. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about this whole Giselle throwing the girls out and what Ashley did?
If you're going to throw somebody out of a charity event knowing that you need the money, at least make sure that you hit your quota before denying them entry. Because I guarantee you, between all of them, they could have got to their goal. Secondly, this is why people don't like Giselle. That's exactly why people do not like Giselle. Because who told you to panic over something so small, in my opinion? Who told you to panic? Who gave you permission to do that? So I did. If you're mad at Karen, keep the energy toward Karen. If you're mad at, whoever, keep the energy with whoever you're mad at. The energy does not need to transfer to other people. As for Stacy, I felt like the bouginess and the white woman in her was more upset than anything. I'm just keeping it real. It's like, okay, she had you guys put out. You act like it was just you. It was a group of people. So yeah, I didn't see the big deal, but I liked was that Jazzy Sprinter that was?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The way she handled them is exactly how I would have handled them. Don't kick me out your event and then think that you can bogart your way into my space. And they was being messy by sending Ashley out there because if the donation was that important, she probably should have had that QR code at the door.
I'm saying.
Just saying, so that people can like check them in, be like, okay, let's collect your donation at the door. And if you choose to give more, there are QR codes everywhere. But I don't know, just the general way that Potomac operates with cash trips and donation drives is really like classless in my opinion. So
Mhm.
I don't like any of these people.
I just, it was Ashley for me that was pissing me off more because how dare you come up someone's sprinter van acting like you run shit and then get mad because they close the door. Get out the way. And Stacy, from this point going forward on my channel, will be known as the Black Vanna White. Because if y'all look at interviews that Vanna White has done, they're very similar. That is the Black Vanna
Well,
White.
damn.
So I'm gonna put it in the comments just in case people get confused. Stacy equals Black Vanna White because she don't never leave character.
She's too much for me. I
She
can see
don't.
why she's getting a divorce. If she's the way that she is on camera all the time, I understand
How you
why
spell
she's
Vanna
getting
White? Is it
divorced.
with an H? Well, Vanna, you gonna be missing the H today. But Stacy is Black Vanna White. So speaking of the Black Vanna White, we go to her house and she has Jazzy over, which I'm loving this new friendship. Jazzy and Vanna White, Black Vanna White, chef's kiss, because these is the real ones right here. They sticking nigga. This is what you know what Jazzy is giving me, y'all, and I didn't really peep it, but Jazzy is giving me Candace vibes. She just is. So when Ashley gets
The
there,
thing is, people are not going to get rid of Candace without putting someone back onto the cast who is similar to him or to her. Because as much as people don't like Candace, Candace was good TV, and what made her good TV is because she would check these heifers versus them trying to give each other passes.
hmm absolutely, 100%. So Stacy opens the door for Ashley, and Jazzy immediately rolls her eyes and was like, "Oh God, here we go." And when they talk, Stacy gets right to the point. So Ashley, what happened? Why did Giselle throw us out? And Ashley was all like, "Well, you guys were late and everything happened." And Stacey was like, "I need an apology. Do you think I'm going to get one from her?" And Ashley just throws up like looking like a deer in headlights. And we were like, "Answer the question, Ashley. Is Stacey going to get her apology? Because she wants it." So Karen gets there. And as Karen walks in, Jazzy and Ashley are going back and forth about how Jazzy closed the door and they were arguing about whether or not the door hit Ashley hard enough because Ashley said that she's sore from that light little tap that Sprinter brand did. And I'm just like, Ashley, you are white womaning the hell out of this and milking this for that door didn't do no
Ashley,
damage.
shouldn't you be sore or your pocketbook be sore from going through the world's longest divorce? And I'm using air quotes right now, y'all. But there are plenty of other reasons that Ashley could be sore. This is not one of them.
Absolutely. This is not one of them. So Jazzy said, "No, I reenacted that door didn't hit you that hard, and you shouldn't have came on my Sprinter bus. We didn't need you to come up there." And that's the point that I want everyone. This is what a lot of people were missing about because they were saying Jazzy was being rude. First of all, if this my shit, and I tell you not to bring your ass up on my Sprinter van, I don't care about that QR code, then I need you to walk your little merry ass back up into that event and leave us alone because we leaving, right? You kicked us out.
Also, Ashley, I don't feel sorry for you. You went onto somebody else's property, technically, because it's her van. But separate from that, if you put somebody out, leave them out. Don't put them out and then come back like, oh, real quick, even though we've just embarrassed you in front of everybody, could I still get a donation? Then when they say bye, Ashley, and close the door on you, declining to give, you try to hold the van open.
Right.
That's why, for me, that's what made it to where Ashley was wrong. Because once you saw that they did not want you around, that's like going to someone's house after
Well,
they
she's
try to
done that
close the door
before.
in your face. She has. But I'm like, if I try to get in somebody's house as they're closing the door on my face, I'm not gonna then hold someone else's door open. Ashley needs to leave this show. Her and that forehead. I'm sick of it.
I mean, I'm telling you. So Karen gets there, and Karen was like, "What are we talking about?" So Ashley confronts Karen. She goes, "Why would you send a text message at 6 o'clock in the morning, the day of our event, to tell the ladies that they need to pick and choose which event they went to, and said that Jazzy is providing her Sprinter van?" Because I read the text message. Jazzy is providing a Sprinter van, so you guys don't have to use up your resources to come see both of us. And that's when Giselle sent the text message, "No, everyone go to Karen's event. You do not need to come here," which was stupid of Giselle. That's how I know this was bullshit. And that this really wasn't about charity. This is about you flexing and having this company sponsor y'all, allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly. Because why would you not want the ladies to showcase and show the donations? That's stupid. Like Mrs. Best made that good point. Like it's really stupid. So Karen somehow defers the conversation and says, "Ashley, I am going through a lot right now. I could have been dead." And Ashley said, "Yeah, and you could have killed someone, you could have taken the life of somebody else. Thank God you didn't." And Ashley's asking questions. Karen said, "I can't talk about that." And then Karen turns it back on Ashley and said, "Whenever we ask you a question, you deflect too." And she did. When Michael had that whole incident with, the production, whoever that production member was, Ashley wasn't answering any questions. She was on mute the entire time. Stacey gives Katie Ross vibes. Hey, Kevin Reynolds. Thank you for joining us. And I need to
I
see her. I need to
agree.
see more of her. I need to see more of her.
I
Because
agree with
Katie was a little bit
Kevin.
more gutter.
No, I agree with Kevin. I think in terms of like the fakeness, Katie Ross made it seem like she had everything together and was just well versed, knew how to speak for herself. Like everything seemed like disingenuous, like it does with Stacy. They almost seem like y'all remember that life size movie with Tyra? How if they keep making the
Hmm.
doll, each doll is the same. That's what Katie gave when she was on the show, and that's what Stacy gives, in my opinion. You guys are funny. Oh my God, I made it. Naya.
We appreciate y'all all being here today. Thank you so much. I love all of you, Naya, Kevin. We appreciate you. I don't see Katie Ross vibes. Although I would love if they would bring Katie back in some capacity, just an episode or two to read Ashley just one last time.
These
But
heifers drove Katie to drink. Because after dealing with them, she ain't been the same since.
Yeah, absolutely. She hasn't. But Karen confronts Ashley also about the Uber car. She was trying to be messy, which she was. It was being messy, but I would have taken it because that money adds up on Uber. So why not take it? And then Ashley, Karen said, "I should have given back to you so you can get that acorn up off your foot." Talking about Ashley's bunions, and Ashley's nasty ass gonna put her foot in her shoe on top of Stacy's kitchen island. And I said, "Oh, Stacy, for you to be from Detroit,
That bothered me a
y'all
lot
don't know."
because who puts their foot up on somebody else's table? Who puts their foot up onto a table that they are going to eat off of? That like food was prepared on that island that her foot went up onto. And I just can't understand it. But based on how Ashley's mama be looking, she looked like she stank. And it looked like she's not the type to wash her wig. She looks like the type to just switch it out after a couple months of it once it get real stiff. So I say we are our parents. Your parents can be the worst of the worst. My parents were terrible, dealt with a lot of abuse, but they taught me how to wash my ass and to have manners. And I don't think that Ashley got that. And the side of her foot did look a little red. I'm sorry.
There we have it, y'all. But that pissed me off as well because, and Stacy, I would have told you, "Don't get your goddamn foot off my kitchen island. Are you crazy?" Stacy just looked like you could tell Stacy's not really confrontational, but the hell with all that. You in my house at the end of the day. Don't be putting your feet and your bunions and shit on my damn kitchen island. What the hell wrong with you? But they settled that argument. Ashley starts laughing because you can't take Karen too serious. And that was pretty much that scene. Is there anything you want to add to that, Mrs. Best?
No, I like that Ashley checked Karen because I don't like how Karen is trying to act like her DUI is something small. It's not the first. It's not the second. Even if y'all really Google it, as quiet as it kept. She, I just really don't like how Karen's moving with this, but I also don't like Ashley's code, so I'll leave it there.
I was gonna say, to me, that's one and the same to me. So it was just like, that's calling the pot calling the kettle black. Even though Ashley doesn't have a DUI, Ashley does other shit that just makes you go, "Oh my god, you gonna do deflected?" I thought the same thing. Ashley, get your feet up. Yeah, we was all like, "What the hell?" Like, and Stacy better than me because I was gonna get your damn. I would have probably popped her on her foot, be like, "Get your damn noggins," and
She would
she'll
have
probably
been
try
put
to.
out. I would have put her out.
She probably tried to sue me. So you know how Ashley is. So yeah, never
But none
mind.
of
I
her
was.
lawsuits ever, they're all dismissed.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Just
pretty
wasting
much.
the court's time.
And how Ashley put 20 on 10 about the door, and because that's what she does. That's what Ashley does. To me, Ashley gives her and Giselle and Robin, when Robin was on the show, they gave me like mean, evil, hater spirits. Robin, when Monique was on the show, um, there was that fight where Monique was going to, choke her with that umbrella. And you could tell that, oh yeah, she said, I'm not gonna hit you because you're gonna try to sue me or whatever. That's what Monique was saying. And I kind of believe Robin would have did that if Monique tried it. And Giselle as well. When Monique said she had four houses, Giselle, that just ruffled Giselle's feathers. And Ashley too. Ashley is the type that even though she has money, it was that Candace grew up with money. So when it came to Candace, Ashley, you could tell there's some kind of jealousy there as well. That's why I'm like, yeah, no, Ashley wanted the money. You gotta watch out for her. You do. You gotta watch her. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I'm noticing a little trend here. So the next thing we got to talk about is Wendy and her mom. They're making porridge, and Wendy. This scene was really nothing, but there was a couple things that stood out to me that I was like, oh, interesting. So Wendy mentions that Eddie's father called her and wished her a happy Mother's Day, and she was thinking about inviting them to her 40th birthday party. And when that mama turned around and said, "Yes, please invite them," I said, because Wendy let it out the bag that Eddie's mom and her mom used to be friends. And when
She
her,
explained this in her when she first came onto the show.
she
She
did,
talked this, but I'm looking at the family with like just the side eye as a whole.
I'm looking at everybody with the side. I'm looking at that mama, and I'm looking at, because there's something wrong here. And I'm looking at that mama. There's something about that mama. I don't know. I could be reaching, but yeah. She had explained that they used to be friends, and she went through the story. And the last time they really saw each other was at one of their sons' either christening or birthday or something, where the mama tried to give Eddie's mom a hug, and she backed him off of her, like, don't come over here. And so she said, then I'm not going to do that, but you can invite them, and I'm not going to try to get that lady a hug. And I was like, I don't know, something about this story just don't feel right. It just don't seem right. It's just like it's something that I don't know what the fallout was between Eddie's mom and this lady, but I would like to know. So I hope they come on the show, and I hope that we get a story.
Wendy's, in my experience, being someone who is part of the African community, uh, sometimes they can be a little bit materialistic, especially when they achieve things like educational accolades and things of that nature. That's why Wendy's mom don't want her to quit being a professor. It's just so that she can say, "Oh, my daughter is a professor." But I get the feeling that Wendy and her family take the freaking materialism to a whole nother step. They just seem really messy. And her mom seems to enjoy being in front of the camera, but then now her mom is, oh, God will handle them and this and that. She just seems like one of the worst examples of what a Christian is supposed to be, what a Catholic is supposed to be. I think that she is excited to be on camera and using that. Honestly, y'all are kids, grandkids, just get along. Y'all ain't got to see each other no way, barely.
I
There's no
agree.
reason to have a beef. I don't understand it. But I say shame on all the parents. Wendy's mom. Eddie's parents, because the only people that are hurting are the kids. And I don't want Bravo to show no more scenes of Wendy and her mom. I don't care unless she's going to talk about which skin lightener she uses. I don't want to hear or see anything from her mama. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
We barely like you, Wendy. We
Right.
barely like
You
you.
on a thin leash with us, very
I'd
thin,
rather see
like thread.
Eddie as a housewife.
Not to see Eddie as a housewife.
I
Well,
would rather see Happy Eddie as a housewife. Wendy's just not likable to me. I tried to be
I
there
go in
for
and out of
her.
liking Wendy.
Huh?
I go in and out with liking Wendy. I
I
do.
like the way she reads the women and holds them accountable. I like the way she's fair in disagreements. But outside of that, when we're just watching her live her day to day life as a housewife, I don't care.
Damn. On another note, have you heard the recent story of Karen trying to get the DUI charge dismissed, yet the judge has denied the request? Talk about
So did.
no accountability. I was going to talk about this at the end when she was in the car with Mia. That was going to, because I did hear about that and I did read about it. Mrs. Best actually sent it to me. So I was like, that is because there is a breathalyzer that probably was given at the scene of the crime. There was also other evidence as well that went against Karen.
When
On
you go
top of
to
her,
jail for DUI too, if it's your second, and depending on how many percentages you blow above the legal recommended
yes,
amount, they will not just do the breathalyzer because some people refuse it because you can. They probably did a blood test at the jail.
or they do like they do here in Phoenix, where they have a little van that pop up and do it right on the scene. That way you can That way you
Yep.
can't come to court and say, no, they did something to me before I took that test or whatever. Nope, they bring that little van right up to where you at and you do it right in
Karen,
the back of that van.
Karen, no, real fast. Karen irritates me, y'all, because listen, people get DUIs unfortunately all the time. It's very easy to get one. However, comma, the rest of us, like if I was to go get a DUI right now, okay, they would take my license and I would be stressed out trying to figure out how to pay for public transit. This bitch has the ability to hire a driver, an Uber Black, a Lyft, okay? She has so many options. She didn't even have to get behind the wheel of that car.
Well, I mean, I don't know what option she had. She ain't had no insurance or no registration or no current tags on that car. And I don't know what Karen got. I just don't. She
And
gives
Ray
me
don't give a damn because my husband would never let me just drive around on expired
right.
registration. Ain't got no insurance. He be checking that for me. Ray don't give a damn, or he can't see no more.
Something. From the episode, it appears Wendy's mom may be the reason why Eddie's family is estranged from
She
Wendy's side
is.
of the family. She
She
is.
absolutely is. That was
Yeah.
clear.
I feel like it was just her gestures, and she just gave me, messy Stepford wife. Like, go ahead. You know who she reminded me of? Y'all remember from The Help? What was that mean lady's name? I can't think of her name. It's gonna come to me later. That one that was just trying to always find shit wrong, and I can't think of her name. But that's who Wendy's mom reminds me of. Is her,
Jay.
the one
The
that ate the
mom
shit pie.
though, the
Yeah.
mom, what's funny about Wendy's mom is nobody's just gonna not hug you, especially at an event for a child or a family member. And I also think we are all tiny representations of our parents. Wendy is
Yes.
kind of like her mom in some ways. She's likable, but then also unlikable. But Eddie doesn't give those vibes. So that leads me to believe his parents are probably a little more easygoing. And that Wendy's mom probably pulled
Not
some
no,
clout
not
shit.
Celia. That's not who I'm thinking of. You know who I got it? Hilly. That's that lady's name that I'm thinking of in The Help. It's Hilly, not Celia. Hilly. That's who Wendy's mom reminds me of. It's Hilly. I know that's bad because Hilly was terrible in that movie.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say that's not good, James.
But that's what she reminds me of. Like that's when I look at her. That's what I was seeing in my head when she turned that corner and was looking at Wendy. Like, yeah, go and invite. Yes, that's exactly what she was reminding me of. But moving on from there, we have a nothing scene with Giselle and her daughters getting ready for prom.
Not
Um,
a nothing scene.
because it was nothing, because y'all know I'm ready for these babies to graduate, go off to college, and flourish and do wonderful things to see what Giselle's gonna do without this storyline. Because I'm just the girls are beautiful, all of them, all three of them are very beautiful. I'm happy that they're going to prom. Did not know the tea about Kyle and how him and Jamal actually knew each other first, and then Giselle got him as the friend in their divorce. I did not know that tea. I thought They just met
She
first season
explained
this year.
it season one, but she like then when people tried to ask her about it, she was hella weird about explaining anything having to do with her ex. Giselle is
I don't
weird. She
remember her
needs to be
explaining
fired.
Kyle like that. Yeah, I don't I have to go back and watch that because I don't remember that. But um, she sends all the babies off. They talk about curfew, talk about Jamal having this girlfriend. We don't really care. So yeah. Anything else you want to add, Mrs. Best, before I move on?
No,
Okay.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. I
So
don't know
no,
what
because
to
we
say.
there's nothing really there to talk about.
Giselle has
So
no storyline. I do not
none.
care to see her raise these kids. I just do not care. Honestly, I don't care to see kids on Housewives. Sometimes they're cute. Sometimes they could have little things to say, but half the time I just don't care. It's really bad. But if I want
I
to
would
watch
love to see the
kids, I'll
prom
turn on
pictures
some
and them in the
Nicktoons.
limo if I was gonna see anything.
They could have just showed pictures and other
Yeah.
stuff. We didn't need to watch like the whole send off and I don't care. Not the Pound Town comment.
That was silly. That was like, oh my god, y'all.
I don't
That
know what
look
parents are doing, but I'm not trying to get at nobody. My child ain't listening to no motherfucking Pound Town.
right.
Ain't no way in hell. And yes, even at 17, my mama used to be like, don't listen to that. Because that's when Flies was real popular. For those who know, if you know,
Hmm.
you know. And if I listened to it around my mama, she used to be like, don't listen to that. Turn that down. That's what headphones is for. But
Right.
okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. Moving on from there, we have a scene with Kieran. We learned that her boyfriend Greg just had a root canal done, and so she's making him some breakfast. And her mom comes over, and her mom is pretty much asking her, "So when is the wedding gonna happen? When you get married and everything?" And Kieran is kind of taking it from the standpoint like, "Mom, we just trying to cohabitate." Which I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. If this was 10 years ago, I would agree with Kay's mom. But because I'm older and understand you got to live with people first before you get married to them, I'm one of those people. Now, you got to live, you got to understand habits, you got to understand all kind of things before you seal that deal. So I feel like Kieran is doing the right thing, which is live with him first, understand the needs. We understand that he was married and has three girls, so make sure that you understand that how the girls work. Make sure you get along with the mother. If there's more than, hopefully there's not more than one, because she said he was married. Yeah, he was married, so maybe same mama. But make sure that, yeah, all of that goes well before you seal that deal. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. So that's what Karen seems to be doing. Is there anything else you want to add on that scene?
I agree with you, especially for people marrying somebody who's been divorced. To me, that is always a red flag, even if it ain't their fault. I feel like you need to
Hmm.
live with people first, especially when they've been divorced. So you can figure out why the other person couldn't live with them or why they couldn't live with that person. But other than that, I didn't care. It's interesting that she gave him crispy bacon for a root canal, but okay, boo, do you?
I thought so too. Okay, I thought I was the only person. I was like, man, maybe a nice soft sausage, maybe. I don't know, but bacon, okay.
Get that man some cream of wheat and call it a day.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I feel like the world needs to start doing that. Like, I feel like it doesn't work, and it's just my opinion. I feel like it doesn't work if you do not live, I mean, if you don't live together before you get married. I feel like it won't work. I feel like you're going to see things that you do not see dating.
You get to know what you really like and dislike living with somebody. Because half the
Hmm.
time people be perfect in their relationship until they end up in a until they end up living together. Then they suddenly I don't like this, I don't like that, I got to go.
Hmm. Or you kind of figure out, if even if the relationship doesn't work, you kind of figure out what you would like in someone, because my ex was very analytical and very OCD, and I need that. So that is something that I am looking forward to in my next partnership, is someone who is OCD and cleans like crazy and everything like that. Not to say that I'm lazy, I'm just junky. Not nasty, just junky. So I feel like I definitely need that. So definitely
Balance. Balance.
it does. Yeah, absolutely. Because they teach you and you're more conscious of them. So that's why I said I definitely need that. So yeah, I think that that's how that should work. So moving on from there, we have this really idiotic scene with Mia, Inc., the babies, and then Jacqueline comes over and we meet Jacqueline's ex boyfriend, Junkie, not that. Yeah. Junkie, not nasty, junkie. Yeah, I'm junkie. It's not nasty. I'm very clean, just junkie. So, you may catch a water bottle here and there somewhere that's empty that I need to go take to the recycle, but the recycle is way around the corner, so sometimes you got to wait. So, yes.
Oh Lord. I'm the
So,
analytical OCD one in my relationship. I be cussing my husband out. That trash almost full. Take the lid off so you know to take it out. He'd be
Jay
like,
has
dang,
so much
it's not
frustration
full.
with me. Oh my god, I could remember. Oh, I could tell y'all some stories. My ex was ready to hang me. I promise you, he could have supposed to be my sleep because he was like, "Look, I can't do you. I'm way too analytical for this." Oh, but yeah, oh yeah, that's all you gonna get on this channel. That's all you gonna get. Trust me, trust me. I was the junkie one. Trust me. Junkie over nasty. And I'm telling you, that's the thing. Thank you, Kevin Riddle. That is the thing. I promise you it is. You're not nasty, you just junkie.
Yeah, some people who just let their shit sit, never think to
Mhm.
disinfect, move it away, dust it. James is clean, but you do keep some clutter.
I do. I keep a little clutter because it makes me feel calm when you do. So we had this little nothing scene with Jacqueline, and she explains that she's advocating for Mia in this relationship with Ink, and how directly they were thick as thieves when they were growing up, and when they were going to prom, and then when they had to split apart, Jacqueline throws in. He tried to ask me out, but I said no, I wasn't doing that, and I'm looking at Jacqueline like, you could have left this part out of the whole story.
She knew what she was doing. She knew
Yeah,
exactly what she was doing.
yes, you could have just left this whole little part out and we wouldn't have known none the wiser. But because we still trying to figure out who the dude was that you went after, and had sex with because Mia told you to do so, we still trying to figure out who that man is. So until we figured out who that is, man, you are drawing all red flags that it was Ink. That's all I'm saying by saying that. But anyways, they is I forgot the man's name. Jacqueline's boyfriend. It's his birthday, and he shows up. He looked like he was irritated as hell. It looked like he did not want to be on camera, but he was there anyway. He didn't even hug his babies. But he walked in, he get a drink from Ink, and Ink was like, "Your girls are beautiful, and they look just like you." And he goes, "Yeah, I tried to deny him, but couldn't." And he asked if he got any kids. And the cameras were being messy, and I didn't like this. Bravo, this is a shame on y'all for doing this because I didn't like this at all. When y'all panned it over to Jeremiah asking me a question and stuff, and y'all made it seem like he was looking at that little boy. That man wasn't doing all that. See, that was messy of y'all to even do that. But once again, this is Mia entertaining this mess. So I'm over Mia. But directly, they start having a conversation because everyone crowds around. And Mia has to let us know once again that G lives in her building, and then they put like a little graph of where G's apartment is, where and then Mia's apartment. And she just saying, we're there for Gordon all the time, including Ink and everything. We have to do this for Ink, get his coffee. He had a hangnail. He wanted me to clip. And it was like, oh, wow, you are really doing this. And I actually respect Jacqueline's boyfriend. Y'all have to consider he's going through a lot right now. He's losing his wife, his battle with cancer, and y'all sitting up here talking about this old foolishness as if you're not still married to this man. Shout out to Jacqueline's boyfriend. He the only one in that room that got some sense. Mrs. West, how did you like this conversation while I check these comments?
And Jacqueline, I thought, was divorcing this man because Mia was saying they've been dealing with each other 14 years and that's the baby daddy. But when we first met Jacqueline, she was supposed to be leaving him. Now it looked like they back together and slightly dealing with each other. The only thing I got from this scene is that Mia and Jacqueline are friends for a reason. Neither of them know how to to keep a man. Neither of them know how to look for a good one. Neither of them know how to look for an attractive one either. They are just both, they date like they're like fast 16-year-olds is what
Mm-hmm.
I got from this. And the only difference now is money and some kids. But I did not care. I feel like Jacqueline says stuff. I think she's still mad at Mia from when they got into it in previous seasons. And I feel like she's the type that will say, like, oh, yeah, we're cool, but then like throw shade and little digs at you as often as she can. I mean, okay, I
They
won't say
do.
ugly. I'll behave. but
Okay, here's the thing. It's not
that's
ugly.
attractive
It's
to
not
them too.
ugly to like the extent of just like ooga booga. We talking about ugly like there's things about them that makes their demeanor ugly. That's what we're saying. We're
Like
not
the
talking like
joke he
that. Like
made about the kids, like, oh, I tried to doubt it. Like, I don't find stuff like that funny. Don't even pretending to joke about making a joke about the paternity of you and your kids. Don't do that, sir. Um, but I'm just looking at Ink, like, why are you here? You're a
it's
radio
just yeah.
personality. Can somebody tell me what radio station he works for? Can somebody tell me what event he's DJing? You know, we got KMEL. I work in the city. That's why it's so loud in my background. Is there a street I can go to see him like letting people win events, connecting with the community? Like, why can't we call him a DJ when he's a radio personality? Isn't it all the same shit? I just want to know, like, if Ink's gonna be forced on our face in our face on the screen, like, what do we do? What is his income? Where does he live? How come he came to live with you versus y'all moving into his house? Like,
Thank you.
there's a lot I want to know that Mia's just not going to tell us. I don't know. I don't see it for Potomac in the long haul until they get this shit in order. But, you know, someone heard him.
Ah,
Look at that in Charlotte.
okay. All right.
Because
So we
Mia's
got
like, he's
something.
big in Atlanta. But Charlotte is not in Atlanta, right? That's one of those Carolinas. No, I'm from
Yes, it's
California, so
North
don't lie to
Carolina.
me,
Yeah,
dog.
I know Atlanta's big, but I've never heard of him either until Mia. So I don't know. As long as we balance off Mia, keep lying. Mia do be lying though. She do, and it just it's so funny because you could clear the lie never makes sense. Like you know how when someone lies and it makes sense, and you're like, I can actually see it going that way, despite I know that that's a lie, but actually that makes sense. It's a make sense lie. Mia's lies don't make sense.
Mia posted this long thing on IG. I think I sent that to you as well. I be sending James hella stuff at once and
She
just
do.
hoping he sees it, y'all. But she posted a whole statement trying to allege like abuse from G. I don't see any of it. I don't believe any of it.
Oh, you
Mind
talking about
you,
when she was talking about she like
he
because he's
just
asking for
posted it
spousal
like
support.
no, after that, after he asked
Oh,
for
oh, I didn't
spousal
see that one.
support, there was another post where she put out like a whole monologue on her Instagram page. It's still there. It's like a picture of her in a onesie, which I'm tired of seeing her wear. And she puts like that she went through all of this emotional, physical abuse. She tried to make it seem like G groomed her. And I was cracking up because even on her page in the comments, all I saw hashtag Mia be lying. Now, Mia, why would you lie? You know you was a stripper and got with him while he had somebody and all of this. And I was
Right,
just like,
because
you know,
that's not grooming. I'm sorry, Mia. Your marriage is not grooming. This is not grooming. That's not what that is.
it's an
Grooming is Kirk
insult
and
to
Rashida.
actual right.
That's
Okay,
grooming.
with you.
That's grooming. Kirk and Rashida. That's grooming. This is not grooming. This ain't that. Cut it out, Mia. We ain't gonna play this game with you.
Mia
No.
leaving that man because the money ran out.
The
This
money
shit
ran
next to
exactly.
always
Boom.
having a side piece, which is illegal in her state if you're trying to get an actual divorce. I don't
Exactly.
I'm getting tired of housewives coming on Housewives just to show us them getting divorced or dating somebody new. Can we please get some housewives like it used to be way back in the day where they're actually married and maybe a little bit happy or at least still sexually active with their husbands, even if it's only once every 2 months? Like, because I can't with
Mm,
this.
me
I
either.
can't.
But speaking of sexually active, the next scene we're
What?
gonna talk about is Stacy going to the gym with her best friend. What was his name? Oh, I didn't even write
It
this man's name.
doesn't matter because her friend don't like the type of girlfriends that she thinks that she is. I said what I said. I can't say too much because I am by my job. They looking at me, but I said what I said.
So they go out to the gym, and when the man get there, he's all happy, got a smile on his face, and he goes to attempt to hug Stacy, but then Stacy did something, so he goes, "Let me hug the trainer." So he hugs the trainer and start feeling on his muscles, and I was like, "Okay, well, let me see how this plays out." So they do the exercises, and then she was like, "Why not the big balls?" He goes, "All men want big balls." And I'm like, and they continue and they talk about the producers talk about the sex thing. They ask me, Stacy, is he a virgin? Stacy goes, No, he's been intimate with other partners, but he doesn't want to be intimate with a woman unless that's his wife. Now say what now?
Now, she first explained to us in the prior episode that this man was not wanting to be intimate because he is an extremely strict and devout, serious Christian. He took his religion seriously. Now she is leaving that part out and saying that he just doesn't want to be intimate unless he has a wife. Let me explain something to y'all. At these people's age, okay, at their big age, we know for a fact that both of y'all done it. Now, what we cannot confirm, nor can we deny, is who they have done it with,
Hmm.
aka gender identity, sexual orientation, all
Right.
those things. We cannot
Now it
confirm
could
or
be
deny that.
okay. So as I said, I live in Phoenix, Arizona, y'all. Phoenix, Arizona has the most strangest people you have ever seen that live in one state. The strangest person. So I knew a guy. It was funny because I had to be reminded of this because I totally forgot. I knew a guy who dated men up until he was 21 and then started dating women. So I do know a guy. So I had to, because I was funny. I was on the phone with one of my friends and I was explaining to him because he's trying to understand what I do here on YouTube. And I was explaining to him this scene particularly. And he was like, "We have a friend like this." And I'm like, "Who?" Because I don't know no man like this. And he reminded me, because mind y'all, it's been years since I've been 21. It's been years. So I don't remember certain aspects of my life like that, especially if it wasn't something that involved me personally. So when he reminded me of the friend that we were talking about, I said, "Oh my God, you are absolutely right." Because we came to know the guy when he was in a relationship with a man. And then when he got married to his wife, we were like, did we miss something here? What just happened? So I know a guy who has done this personally, but I can't put that on that guy. But at the same time, I'm just like, no, this is giving you, yeah, this is giving you, you waiting for your parents to die so you can come out. This is what this is. This is what this is giving me. So let me see what y'all say in these comments real quick. Stacy Man's deal. I said what I said, and I ain't changed his heart. No, he fine as hell. So yeah, he can definitely get it. If you don't want Stacy, brother, I'm available.
Yeah, because
Um,
I think women with sense, I'm going to speak for us straight women with sense, he would be better off with men. Because I highly doubt there's a line of women that wants that man, unless they are just out of their mind and or desperate. And you
uh,
can be out of your mind and or desperate or both, even with Stacy's
absolutely.
success
And
and
we
beauty.
Stacy gives me desperate. She do. I'm sorry. She give me desperate. It gives that man, her husband, has somebody fine as hell, and she wanted to upstage, and that's what that's giving. I'm sorry, it does. Um, yeah, we absolutely do. That's absolutely true. That is also true because technically, that yeah, I know what you meant. I got you. Yeah, he's definitely giving DL. Absolutely. He's giving, he got away to his parents die. I told y'all, if y'all don't know nothing about my channel, we've had this conversation before. I know a man personally who's waiting for his parents to pass on so he can live his truth because he cannot come out to them for whatever reason. He's married, 3 kids, cannot come out to his parents. And we all know it, but it's like he can't do it. He has to wait till they pass on. That, which is the most craziest thing. Religion is something else, y'all. This
That's
religion.
sad. I hope the wife knows too, because that's also selfish to the person who may be thinking that they have this person with their kids. Like, now, what happened if the parents die when but him and his wife is about 50 or 60? Then you done wasted her life all to keep your own secret. There's got to be like a middle point. That's so selfish.
So the question that everyone is asking, no, the wife does not know.
That's so freaking selfish. It's not okay.
They've been married for 25 years and she does not know.
God
And I
bless
don't
her.
see how she does not know because you can look at this man and tell.
That's so sad.
And the tight clothes don't give it away. It's the constant touching of other men that he does that gives it away. So I don't
That's
know what this
really
wife, I don't know
sad.
what Deluluville she live in because I've only had 2 or 3 conversations with her. She don't seem wrapped too tight. And she has these kids all the time. So maybe she does know and distracts herself, but she,
That's
does
messed
not
up.
have
He
a clue.
need to leave her and still keep his secret. or so that she at least have her life left. That's so inconsiderate.
Honestly, I don't think she knows, y'all. As I said, I've been around her 3 times, and the 3 times that I have been around them, she does not give, and usually you can always see some shit seep through the cracks. I'm one of those people, I can see it. I don't think she knows, and I'm not gonna say his name, so she doesn't know what I'm talking about, because I don't think they watch me, but at the same time, yes. And I'm very close with their daughter, so that's another thing. So my crazy ass, let me go on a little rabbit hole real quick. I know Mrs. Best got to go soon. My crazy ass brought
Oh,
it
I
up to
got
his.
long lunches. I'm chilling.
Okay, so my okay, so I'm close with his daughter. She and I became very close. She's 27 years old, and I brought it up to her one time. I was like, "Is your dad straight?" And she was like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." She goes, "Why? Do you see something?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Yes, absolutely, I do. She goes, okay, the tight clothes, she tried to explain that away, but she notices that he always hangs out with a lot of gamers. And I said, she goes, no. And I'm all like, yeah. hmm And then that's the last we left of that story. So, couple still married to this day. It's been about 3, 4 years since I've seen them, but
Karma
still
gonna
married
come
to this
to that man because you got your kids thinking one thing. Because the children are gonna have to process that too. Once his parents, if he is waiting for them to pass on, the children are gonna have to process that their father literally lied to their mother for their whole life, and that's gonna impact their dating history. Everything he's doing is wrong.
day. It
It's
is. It's
wrong.
definitely wrong. It's definitely wrong. I've been in that situation too. So yeah,
That's
yeah,
bad. That's
that's
why
terrible.
people need to
I've been
just
in that
be
situation.
accepting so people don't feel the need to keep secrets. Just accept people. They like what they like. You ain't got to be in the bedroom with them. And the more prejudice and judgment that you put on people just because they're gay men or lesbian women, whatever the hell, everything in between, that causes them to want to keep these secrets. But it's still not fair to the wife or them kids. So I hope they
No,
figure
it's
that
not.
out.
It's not. And it's something he shouldn't hide, but at the same time, I've seen it. So some men wait till their parents die, and then that's when they're gonna probably break it to him. The way he figures, he's had one successful relationship for 25 years. He has 3 beautiful children with this woman. So overall, hey, what else can he do? But everyone gave me, all of the group gave me shit because could clearly see it, and they were like, "No, he's not. He's been married all this time." I'm like, "Okay, that doesn't mean much these days, but okay." So now getting off of that because we got to get back into the video, y'all. I'm so sorry. So Giselle invites Ashley, Stacy, Jazzy, and Wendy out to eat, and she's doing it mainly to apologize for throwing them out of the event. And Jazzy gets right into business. Giselle, you're coming with good energy today and everything. And Giselle say, "Yeah, that's what you're always gonna get." And I'm looking at Giselle like, "Since when?" Okay, Giselle. So she apologizes to both Jazzy and Stacy for throwing them out of the event, and she explains to them that she's really mad at Karen and she took it out on them, which was not fair. So directly, she will have a conversation with Karen later, but she wants to let them know that there's no ill will between them and her. And they said fine. And so, mhm, this part. Oh, I am so sorry. I didn't. I saw your comment. I meant to respond to you. I'm so sorry, but yeah, this is what that. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I'm a woman, so even when we go on dates, you can tell I live in NYC, so I feel something I ask. We all should be doing that. Everybody should be doing that, and it's realistically in gestures. Now, there are some men that will confuse you, and there's some men who like to play because they haven't gotten out of their kids. So you have to kind of be careful. Um, yeah, when Giselle apologized, I was shocked about that too because I thought Giselle was really going to stand in her righteousness, like I really was. Yes. So.
Well, Robin is gone, and that's why I don't buy any of this Giselle behaving or apologizing. She has no other
Mhm.
allies on the show, and the one ally she did have went and threw event at the same time she was having an event. Giselle don't have a single ally on the show. She knows that the fans don't like her, so she's doing everything she can to save face, but it's too late. Go away from us with this.
Yeah, absolutely. And so she gets to know Stacy. So Stacy, she says, Stacy, so I understand you have 2 kids and you're married. Stacy said, wait a minute, back up. I have one child and I've been married for 16 years and I'm going through a divorce. And she goes, You okay? Well, you seem sad about the divorce. I know when I went through a divorce, I was happy. And Stacey was like, "No, I've been with my husband a long time. I'm not happy about the divorce, but we've grown apart. We're grown separately now. So I feel like it's time for us to go on." And Ashley throws a bomb, which I was like, "Oh, Ashley," and I'm glad Stacey got you together. She said, "Oh, but you have a friend, so it shouldn't even matter." And she was like, "Oh, okay, so you are moving on." And Stacey looked at the other two, Wendy and Jasmine. She said, "I know she didn't. I noticed they did not just throw my business out there." She said, "Ashley, so you gonna throw my business out there over some drinks and some food? Really, Ashley?" Ashley like, "Oh my God, Stacey, I didn't know it was like some big secret." I said, "Ashley,
It's
but
not
you
about
got."
it being a big secret. It's not your business to tell. I'm surprised ain't nobody knocked her in the center of
I'm
the
trying to say,
forehead.
for as big as Ashley's head is, that brain is very small. Because there's no way in logical sense that you would think bringing up this lady's friend was your place to do so. That is absolutely insane. Stacey handled her well because I'd have been like, "Where your man at? When can we meet him? Aren't you going through a divorce as well? Supposedly, are you supposed to be mentioning the men you're supposed to be seeing?" Stacey wants to keep that life, not so much that she's keeping it private, but she doesn't know any of these women. So why would she tell them that part? And she confided in you because she thought she could trust you, which Stacey realizes, oh, actually is much different than I thought she was. And like, you think that ain't
Ashley
your friend.
thinks that Stacy is divorcing a grandfather as she is that has been funding her life for most of all her adult life. Stacy has her own career, her own
Hmm.
education. Her man is not old enough to be her father or grandparent. And he's active in his child's life, even being so busy. All these things are opposite of Michael, so she might be a little sad to actually divorce him. Ashley doesn't understand that.
No, she doesn't. Clearly is messed, but somebody gonna pop Ashley in her forehead one of these days. I'm telling you, it is coming. We gonna literally see that it's gonna be the wrong person. She gonna cross the wrong person or let out the wrong secret, and somebody gonna gash her in that forehead. I promise you, it's coming. I can just see it because there's no way you thought that that was okay to do at that table with these women, knowing that she don't know them that well, or you for that fact. I don't impose violence on people. I try not to, but as we saw, Kiana about that life, and all it took was her to say, "Get up out the way. She ain't trying to talk to you right now." Lady got bucked. Keanu said, "Okay, I got bucked with you. Gonna hit you." So I'm just saying, it just happens. Sometimes people are real, critical of their private decisions, and I think that Ashley should have respected it. That's all I'm saying. But we can go ahead. And is there anything you want to add before we move on to the last scene?
No, not at all. You're fine.
Yeah, because I'm not going to mention Mia and Ink, and them talking about Karen and Mia letting it out the bag that this is in criminal court. Anybody with common sense knows that a DUI is criminal court. So I'm not going to even mention
Yeah,
it.
that was stupid. We know
That
they're
was
in a criminal
stupid. That
court.
was the stupidest thing. That made Mia look even more ridiculous than she already does. But Mia has this trip planned along, and they all meet up at the airport, with the exception of Stacy. Stacy has some excuse of somebody dying in her family, so they don't fly out in that month or whatever that was. I'm not trying to be insensitive. I just didn't understand it. So once they get there to not Charlotte, they're in North Carolina, Mia arranges for her and Karen will take the first car. Wendy, Giselle, and Jacqueline will take the second car, and then Ashley, Kierna, and Jazzy will be in the last one. So they're all having all these private conversations about how long they've been with their men and all this and that. And we mainly focus on Mia and Karen's vehicle, and Mia is just coming from a standpoint, Karen, are you okay? Like, I just want to know, are you okay? And Karen's like, Mia, I can't talk about the case. I don't want to incriminate myself. And she goes, Karen, it's on the internet. Everything of your case is public record. She goes, I know, Mia, but I want to wait till it's all done and finished with. And Mia stretches to herself again. I'm only here to be your friend. I'm not here to beat you while you down. I'm not here to do any of that. I'm just here to support you. And Karen goes, yeah, and I'm hoping this trip will reveal everything of who's in my corner and who is not. And then we're left with the, to be continued. A couple hours later, we got Kiana going off We got Stacy going off. We got a whole bunch of. So I'm wondering what's going to happen in these next couple of episodes because y'all know Bravo gonna stretch this to no end. But that was the episode, y'all. That was the episode. Um, they're starting out slow. They are. They're starting out very slow. So I'm hoping it picks up next episode because I definitely need to see that. I need to see the pickup. Mrs. Best, is there anything else you wanted to add on to this episode?
My bad, y'all. I stopped at the store for some chips. I have nothing else to add. I hope everybody could hear me well, and I'm so sorry for my loud ass San Francisco background.
No, you all right. We hear you loud and clear. But that was it, y'all. I had a great conversation. This is a good time to really do this. I don't know. I'm not going for how my schedule is going to look, y'all, because I'm trying to pick up as much work as I can, save enough money as I can so I can get the hell out of Phoenix again. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if I'm keeping this like this, but I appreciate everybody in the comments. Y'all were a joy. Like, we talked about some great things. Let me know if you guys want us to talk about other things, other topics. I'm not going to talk about all my friends, y'all. I know I got some interesting people that I know, but we ain't going to talk about that all this time. I'm just bringing up relatable situations. But yes, this was, like Naya said, this was a lot of fun. And I'm getting to know a lot of you as well. All of you guys on here, like Kevin Reynolds, OST. Let's see who else. Zeta was in here as well. Shout out to Zeta. We appreciate you as well. And you know, you guys, I love y'all. Y'all my peeps. So share the video, like the video. Uh, come to Phoenix. If you ever come to Phoenix, let me know. I can show you some stuff. You be like mind blowing. Phoenix is a melting pot for interesting, the most interesting shit you ever want to see. Phoenix people got it. Then it could be the only thing we don't have here in the air that's still to be determined is aliens. And that's still to be determined. So, but that's it, y'all. Thank you guys once again. This is Watch Your Mouth Reviews. My name is James. Make sure you hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. Especially if you like what you see, go ahead. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you don't like the content, you can always unsubscribe from me. No harm, no foul. Still love you regardless. Mrs. Beth, thank you so much for being here. And I will see you guys on my next recap. Until the next time. Bye-bye.